thinks we're trying to steal her truck.
Do you even know how to drive?
We're 11.
There's a hand grenade about to go off.
But I'm not a monster.
Prepare to grip the edge of your seat with Netflix's newest 2025 thriller movies and series. From relentless suspense to shocking twists, these chilling picks blur the line between fear and adrenaline. Number 10, Ballad of a Small Player. In the shadowy gambling dens of Macau, Brendan Doyle searches for salvation in a world where luck is a cruel master. Haunted by a crumbling past and spiraling debt, he drifts from table to table, each bet pulling him deeper into a glittering underworld of chance and delusion. When a mysterious woman named Dao Ming appears, her presence becomes both a temptation and a warning. Directed by Edward Berger, this sleek psychological thriller paints addiction not with chaos but with silence, secrecy, and slow unraveling. The lights never turn off in Macau, but Doyle's vision begins to blur, reality flickering like a slot machine just out of reach. A tale of identity, deception, and the quiet horror of losing everything while chasing something that never existed. Number 9, The Aura Murders.
Jag är inlånad från Stockholm över jul.
Det är ingen som har sagt något till mig.
Var är Amanda?
Det är någonting som jag inte fattar som är det här...
Hannah Allander flees to the icy isolation of Aura after losing everything. Her job, her pride, her sense of purpose. But peace is shattered when a local teenage girl vanishes, and Hannah is pulled into a case no one wants to touch. Partnered with the reluctant Daniel Lindskog, she begins to unravel a sinister thread beneath the town's perfect surface. Directed by Joachim Eliasson, this snow-drenched Nordic noir builds its terror in silence. Cold cabins, wordless glances, footsteps lost in the snow. As more truths emerge, each one cuts deeper, revealing a community chained by secrets and shadows. Hannah's own past begins to echo through the investigation, blurring the line between what she's running from and what she's running toward. Number 8, A House of Dynamite.
$1 billion prizes?
Get in the car and just start driving.
If we do not...
When military satellites detect an incoming missile bound for Chicago, the United States is thrust into a full-blown nuclear alert, with just 18 minutes to decide the fate of millions. From the Situation Room to classified defense bunkers, confusion reigns, as officials clash over whether the threat is real or a malfunction. Directed by Catherine Bigelow, this real-time thriller unfolds across split locations and rising panic as the president, intelligence chiefs, and military commanders navigate conflicting data, hidden agendas, and collapsing trust. The tension suffocates as each second slips away, and the weight of unimaginable consequences bears down. Number 7, The Crystal Cockoo.
Raro en el pueblo. Desapariciones.
¿Quién se la ha podido llevar?
Clara Merlo, a young doctor in Madrid, survives a near-fatal heart attack, only to discover her rescue came via a donor's heart. Gripped by a need she can't ignore, she tracks down the donor's family in the remote village of Yescas, hoping for closure. What greets her instead is a town shrouded in silence, haunted by decades-old disappearances and a father who vanished under mysterious circumstances. Directed by Laura Alvia, this twisted thriller weaves past and present through a tapestry of grief, secrets, and supernatural-tinged tension. As Clara digs deeper, the quiet village fractures, its peace a fragile illusion, its residents hiding horror under polite smiles. Number 6, Troll 2.
Megatron.
In the restless fjords and ice-bound valleys of Norway, a monstrous force stirs as a giant troll emerges from its long slumber. A beast powerful enough to tear the land apart. As devastation spreads across towns and wilderness, scientist-turned-monster hunter Nora Tiedemann, her loyal ally Andreas Isaacson, and Captain Christopher Holm are called back into action to confront this ancient terror. Directed by Roar Uthaug, the film sees them racing against time, digging into Norway's mythic history for clues, forging unlikely alliances and venturing into dark mountain caves to unearth the truth before more lives are lost. As the monster's rampage intensifies, every moment becomes a desperate struggle for survival and for saving a homeland on the brink of ruin. Number 5, Secrets We Keep.
Very lucky. I promise you, we'll find her.
In a wealthy Copenhagen suburb where nothing ever seems out of place, Cecilia begins to suspect that the disappearance of a young au pair isn't just a tragic accident. It's a warning. The deeper she digs, the more the picture-perfect facade around her starts to crack. Behind the smiles and garden parties lies something far colder. Silence paid for in secrets and guilt buried beneath privilege. Directed by Per Fly, this tense Danish thriller peels back the layers of an elite neighborhood where justice is inconvenient and truth is a threat. As Cecilia's obsession grows, she finds herself alienated, hunted, and dangerously close to unearthing a truth no one wants revealed. The series is a slow, chilling descent into how far people will go to preserve appearances and how darkness often hides in the brightest places. Number 4, Good News.
오늘 이 사건으로 인해
진실도 거짓말을 한다.
When a passenger plane is hijacked en route from Japan to South Korea in 1970, a covert South Korean team is given a chilling task: stop the terrorists without anyone knowing the plane was ever in danger. Led by the elusive operative known only as Nobody, the mission twists into a maze of false identities, decoy airstrips, and double crosses as the clock ticks down. This political thriller fuses real events with razor-wire tension, balancing grim urgency with unsettling absurdity. As pressure mounts and international eyes close in, one wrong move could cost everything, not just the hostages, but a nation's fragile grip on truth. Number 3, The Asset. T. Lind has one last shot before she's out for good. A failed cadet turned informant, she's embedded deep undercover into Denmark's most lethal drug empire. Her new identity, Sarah Linneman, a jeweler with secrets and scars. Her mission: gain the trust of Ashley, the girlfriend of crime lord Moran, and bring down the entire operation from the inside. But the deeper T goes, the more the lines blur between duty and deception. This icy, slow-burning thriller drips with unease as each episode tightens the vice around T's real identity. What begins as a calculated infiltration spirals into a dangerous bond, and T must navigate loyalty, lies, and survival in a world where one wrong move means exposure and death. Number 2, She Walks in Darkness.
Aukeratu behar ditugu gure objektiboak. Politikariak, epaileak, hemendik aurrera.
Amaya, a young officer in the Guardia Civil, is pulled deep into a covert mission. She must infiltrate the ranks of ETA, the Basque separatist group, and spend years undercover hunting their hidden weapons caches scattered across southern France. Under a false identity, she slowly gains the trust of hardened militants, learning their codes and secrets while feeding intel back to her handlers. Directed by Agustin Yanez, the film stretches across the 1990s and 2000s, blending espionage with psychological strain as Amaya's double life fractures her sense of self. In rain-soaked towns and shadowed safe houses, every whispered conversation and coded exchange could mean betrayal or salvation. Shadows lengthen, not just across maps, but inside Amaya's mind. Number 1, The Beast in Me.
But I'm not a monster.
Aggie Wiggs, a once successful author now haunted by the death of her young son, retreats from the world, lost in grief and writer's block. But when a charming new neighbor moves into the house next door, everything changes. That neighbor is Niall Jarvis, a wealthy real estate tycoon with a dark past, long suspected in his first wife's disappearance. Aggie senses a story in him and slowly begins investigating him under the guise of writing a biography. Directed by Gabe Rotter, this 8-episode miniseries draws you into a psychological game of cat and mouse. Every smile hides suspicion, every gesture may be a lie, and every secret pulls Aggie deeper into danger. As truths unravel and loyalties blur, The beast in me becomes not just a hunt for a killer, but a downward spiral into obsession, guilt, and the murky boundary between victim and predator. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. The Perfect Neighbor.
Messing with people's kids.
Sheriff's office!
1 minute!
This gripping documentary explores the deadly consequences of a neighborhood feud in suburban Florida. Using real 911 calls, police footage, and interviews, it unravels how a long simmering tension exploded into tragedy. It paints a chilling portrait of fear, silence, and the laws that failed to prevent violence. Beneath the surface of suburbia, danger had been hiding in plain sight. Department Q.
There's a hand grenade about to go off.
A brooding detective is assigned to a cold case unit where forgotten crimes hide terrifying truths. Alongside a misfit partner, he reopens files long buried by time, power, and silence. Each case is a descent into darkness, both in the victims' lives and his own haunted past. Department Q is a gripping mix of mystery, grit, and emotional reckoning. The Carman family deaths.
This isn't the first time tragedy has hit the Carman family.
They felt Nathan had murdered his mother.
After a man survives a tragic boating accident, questions begin to surface about his past and the deaths of his wealthy family members. This true crime documentary dives deep into a story of inheritance, suspicion, and hidden motives. Layer by layer, it exposes a family history riddled with secrets and a trail of unanswered questions. What begins as a survival story becomes something far more disturbing. The survivors. A group of strangers are bound together by a single life-altering catastrophe that leaves them scarred and searching for meaning. As they try to rebuild their lives, they uncover connections that run deeper than fate. Grief, guilt, and hope collide in a world that no longer feels safe. The Survivors is a haunting drama about loss, memory, and the fragile line between living and surviving.